What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Listen, it's me, Michelle Robinson, the wealth strategist, and I am super excited that you all have chosen to take the time to spend this few minutes with me on today's Money Monday. For those of you who are new to this broadcast, I am Michelle Robinson, the wealth strategist. And here on Money Mondays, I talk about all things related to money. That could be money in relationships. That could be how to master your money. All things money. And today I want to share something with you all that is very, very, very near and dear to my heart. And that is the launch of my new campaign, which is the Let's Get Covered. Have to be expensive. And I'm going to take my flyer down for a second because I want to look at you while I'm talking to you about this subject, because I hear that from a lot of people that life insurance is expensive. It costs too much. I cannot afford it. And I want to be honest with you and say this: you actually cannot afford to not have life insurance. We have these conversations a lot, specifically in today's culture, about creating generational wealth. And as it relates to life insurance is actually the quickest and the most guaranteed way to create generational wealth. However, a lot of people think about that from the perspective of death, which is another reason why people don't like to talk about life insurance, is because it causes them to think about their mortality. But life insurance is exactly what it says it is. It is life insurance. It is for life. Therefore, it says you just missed the last minute of what I said. I cannot remove my camera. All right, so let me start from the top. What I was saying was a lot of people think life insurance is expensive. And please let me know in the chat box if you heard that part or if I need to repeat that part. But I was speaking about the fact that people think life insurance is too expensive, and it's not expensive. There's different types of life insurance, and depending on the type of life insurance you get determines the cost of it. But life insurance can be and is affordable. And the bottom line is you can't afford not to get life insurance. That is what I was saying, is that you can't afford not to get it. And what's happening in our culture is we're finding ourselves in places where, in the place where instead of us leaving generational wealth, I believe that Chris Rock said it being comedic in one of his movies that white people, I'm just going to be frank about what he said, when they die, they leave a will. And when Black people die, they leave a bill. And unfortunately, when you look at the statistics, that is actually true. When you look at statistics and you look at the racial wealth gap, there is a reality that white families are leaving an inheritance. They are leaving a will to their children, which is creating generational wealth. And Black people, predominantly on the other side of this, are leaving a bill because we don't have life insurance. And so instead of us leaving money, instead of us leaving generational wealth, instead of us leaving property, we are leaving our families having to scramble and figure out how they are going to pay for the cost of our burial. And I know what I'm talking about because my family personally has experienced it multiple times where someone passed away, they did not have life insurance, and now it became the expectation for various individuals to chip in to help pay for the final arrangements. So it's critical and important for us to get life insurance. But again, I want to emphasize that life insurance is not just about death. It is what it says it is. It is about life. And there's actually ways to create wealth utilizing life insurance while you are alive. And this campaign is going to be sharing that sort of information with you. How do you leverage life insurance to pay for your children's college? Not if you pass away and your children get the death benefit from your life insurance policy, but how do you, while you are alive, leverage life insurance to pay for your children's education? How do you leverage life insurance to create capital? Those are some of the more sophisticated conversations that are out there surrounding life insurance. And of course, if you are leveraging a policy that is focused on living benefits, life, college funding, debt elimination, of course, those types of policies cost more. But I want to be crystal clear to you that you can get a final expense policy. You can get term life insurance policy because there's a place even for term life insurance, and it does not have to be expensive. So throughout this campaign, I am going to be talking and educating you all about those different things because it's so important for us to have a plan in place to protect our loved ones in case something unexpected happens. Also, on the front of affordability, the younger you are, the more healthy you are, the cheaper your life insurance premiums are going to be. That's another conversation that needs to be had because unfortunately, a lot of people are waiting until they get later in life to start thinking about life insurance, which drives the cost up of the premiums because there is a risk now associated with it. Because at the end of the day, underwriting does look at mortality. It looks at mortality and it looks at morbidity. So those are things that are looked at throughout the underwriting process. So the younger you are, the less risk there is associated with covering you. And the younger you are, you can get those lower premiums, and it gives you a better opportunity to structure a policy because your premiums are going to be lower. You have that ability to structure those policies, to have those living benefits, to be able to create cash flow, to create your own bank. Because again, the older you get, the higher your premiums are going to be, for a variety of reasons. A lot of us, as we get older, we gain weight. Guess what? Weight has an impact on your premium. When you weigh more, there's health risks that are, we don't like to think about this stuff, but when we are overweight, we are at high risk of being diabetic. We are at high risk of having heart disease. And again, the life insurance companies takes those things into consideration. But I did not want to get on here and get into a lot of information about this. Really, my goal is to let you know about this campaign. Let's get covered. And my goal is to get 1,000 families covered. 1,000 families covered with life insurance through this campaign. And I think that is not difficult to do. And listen, it's not about me. I am not trying to get you covered for my own personal reasons. Let me tell you some of the reasons why I want you to get covered as I close this out. Um, there's some research that has been done that talks about some of the key findings of life insurance. And there is a reality that there are some differences as it relates to life insurance coverage based on race and gender. And you can go to my website, the campaign website, which is www.letsgetcoveredbyjmichelle.com. You can go to my website, and through that website, there's more information as well as a way for you to get in contact with me so we can get you on the path to getting covered. Send this website to your families. And sweetheart, if you can drop that down in the chat box. In fact, I think that I can do it myself. Let's see. Let's see here. Boom. There you go. There it is right there. The website is in the chat box. Thank you, sweetheart. You did it quicker than I did it. I did it on YouTube. But anyway, I go to the website for more information and also to send in your contact information so myself or someone from my team can get in touch with you. But listen to this. Among racial and ethnic groups, African Americans were the most likely to be without life insurance, with 64% reporting no coverage. So when I made that statement early on, and yes, when Chris Rock said it, it was a joke in a movie. It's a fact. Our community suffers the most as it relates to not having life insurance. And it's important to me to get this information out there to the community. Everybody needs to be covered, but there is an emphasis on the contingency of the African American community that needs to be covered. All right. So let's get this information out there. Go to the website, read the statistics, get more information. But more importantly, I need you all to go ahead and take that step to get covered. Send this to your family members. We will make the flyer available on social media, on all social media platforms. So you have the ability to share the information with your peeps. And I'm about to put this flyer up. Can you let me know if you can still hear me now that the flyer is up? I didn't take myself out the stream. But we want you to share this information with your family members. The QR code will take you to the website. That's another easy way for you to get to the website, but we want you to download this. We want you to text your family members, email your family members. If you are an organization, please reach out to me. I'm going to be reaching out to you. I want to partner with organizations to get this message out. I need you to share this information on your social media platforms. I need you to set up opportunities at your organization for me to come and present educational opportunities to your communities about this, because again, it is so imperative that we get this message out to the masses so that we can stop being behind the power curve as it relates to creating, and not only creating, but leaving a legacy to our children and our children's children. I'm going to tell you this as I close. As a wealth strategist, it makes absolutely no sense for us to purchase homes as a form of wealth building if we don't have life insurance. Somebody may say, why is that, J. Michelle? Why? Because home ownership is the foundation to generational wealth. Listen, home ownership is only the foundation to generational wealth if you have the ability to keep that home in your family, if your children have the ability to keep that home, or profit off of that home. And if you purchase a home and you have a mortgage on your home and you don't have life insurance, do you know what's going to happen to your home? There is a great chance that your home is going to go into foreclosure. And we see it all of the time. Real estate investors see it all of the time. If you don't have life insurance and you have a home with a mortgage on it, there is a great chance that your children, that your heirs are going to have to sell that home undervalue, so that they can get something from it. So at the end of the day, life insurance really is the foundation to creating generational wealth. And so for more information, again, please go to my website, www.letsgetcoveredbyjmichelle.com. And finally, brethren, all right, um, please share this video on your social media. Please share this flyer on your social media. As I consistently say, it is not about me. All right. It's not about me. It's about getting this message out. It's about getting this information out. I have more information that I want to share, that's specific to the church, that's specific to those who are building the kingdom of God, because this plays a part in the expansion of the kingdom. So again, I need you all to get me to your organizations. I need you all to partner with me, because this information that I want to share with you is life changing. It's more than just getting life insurance. There's so much more. It's so much bigger than that. If I said something that resonated with you today, if you are ready to get on the path, if you are ready to make a commitment and you're like, listen, J. Michelle, I've procrastinated, I've drugged my feet, I want to get covered, please reach out to me. Go to the website, fill out the information form so myself or someone from my team can get in touch with you. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of not procrastinating on this. I am not trying to scare you. I know too many people who say, I'm going to get covered, and they wait. And you know what ends up happening? It's not that they die. That's not the issue. That happens sometimes. But what ends up happening the majority of the time is, in between the time that they say that they want to get covered and all of their procrastination, they start having medical issues. They gain a whole bunch of weight. They get into a car accident. Something happens that causes the cost of life insurance for them to go up astronomically. And now the excuse becomes, I cannot afford it. We can get you covered. Regardless of your health condition, we can get you covered. You may not have all the bells and whistles, just to be frank with you. If you have serious health conditions, we're not going to be able to get you all the bells and whistles. You're not going to be able to, utilizing yourself, create a private bank. That may not be, an option, but we can get you covered, and you need to get covered. And especially if you have a whole bunch of health conditions, you most definitely need to get life insurance. And then finally, I usually say you may not need what I have. The only way you don't need what I have as it relates to this conversation is if you are already covered. And even if you are already covered, I encourage you to send me your life insurance policy so that I can do a policy review, because life insurance today is so different than it used to be many years ago. And you may be able to qualify for a much better policy than what you have. So if you feel like the information that I share with you today is relevant to you, please hit me up. Refer me to your friends and family. Listen, we got to put to bed this pandemic of GoFundMe's. Yes, it's a beautiful thing when the community comes together to show up for each other and, to show out, to show their support. It is a beautiful thing, but it's also very much unnecessary when we can simply get a life insurance policy and not be taxing on our loved ones and on our friends and on our community. All right. So thank you all so much for joining me today. You will be seeing this a flood of information on social media for you to share. Hit me up for partnership opportunities. Until next time, it's your turn.